Are you having a tough time deciding what Medicare or Medigap Supplement plan you should choose? I know, the world of Medicare is so confusing, and I want to be here to help you make those tough decisions. Today, we'll be going over the two plans that I think are the better plans to be looking at. Let's look at Medicare Supplement Plan G and Plan N. Are you ready to go grab today's little nugget of knowledge? Let's go, shall we? If you remember from last week's video, we talked about what excess charges are and looked at this Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan chart. Today, we will be going over the two plans that I think are the better options out there. Of course, if you want to look at some of the other ones, by all means. I'm not here to stop you. I'm just here to help inform. So when we look at this chart here, we see that over here, this is what Medicare does not cover. So what original Medicare will not cover, you yourself, if you just had original Medicare, would have to pay. And then these plans here list out what they will pick up. So when we're looking at the options that cover, in my opinion, some of the better things out there, of course, Plan F is amazing, but it comes at a little bit of a high price. However, there are no out-of-pocket costs. But Plan F was no longer offered to those individuals turning 65 as of January 1st, 2020. All those other people turning 65 after January 1st, 2020 have to look at other options and cannot get a Plan F or a Plan C. They stopped allowing plans to cover this Part B deductible. What they were seeing is people were going to the doctor for either a little sore throat or just because they were needing some friendly companionship. So it's always good to keep those types of claims out of the system and help keep costs of Medicare down. So that's why they discontinued those two plans as of the people turning 65 January of 2020. So then that leaves us with Plan G, which covers quite a bit, and Plan N. So let's take a look at those two, just side by side. So here we got Plan G, and Plan G is amazing. There's also a high deductible option, which is normally a lot less expensive than your regular Plan G. However, in that instance, this deductible is getting kind of high. And honestly, if you're looking at a high deductible plan, either G or F, I would seriously tell you to look and consider a Medicare Advantage plan. Because if you're okay with taking out-of-pocket costs upwards of this amount, a Medicare Advantage plan, depending on where you live, might be a very, very good option for you. So your regular Plan G covers everything that Plan F does. So all of these out-of-pocket expenses, Plan G will pick up, aside from the Part B deductible, which in 2022 is $233 for the whole year. Once you suffice that deductible, the plan will kick in, and then the only other thing that you would have to cover is any foreign travel expenses. You would be in charge of 20% of that, but everything domestically wise is taken care of, which is wonderful. And then, so your Plan N here, there's a couple things that Plan N does not cover. It doesn't cover this Part B co-insurance or co-payment. So it does, right here, it says it picks up the co-insurance, except for a couple different times you may have a visit where the doctor's going to require you to have a co-payment. And the co-payment for a regular office visit can be up to $20. And emergency room visits can be up to a co-payment of $50. So honestly, when you're looking at the cost difference between a Plan G and a Plan N, depending where you live, could be around $50 to $60 a month cheaper. So if you're someone who doesn't go to the doctor's office very much, nor does your doctor's office require these types of co-payments, then a Plan N could be something that is very, very good to look at for you to help save and cut costs, yet also protect you on the back end as far as when you're looking at a Medicare supplement. You don't want to have those potentially super high out-of-pocket costs like those people who are on a Medicare Advantage plan and don't cover themselves with a hospital indemnity plan. The other thing that Plan N does not cover are these excess charges. Now, we talked about the excess charges and what they are in last week's video. If you haven't checked it out, please go do so. So this is for those providers that don't accept Medicare assignment, which is basically a cost list of all the different services that they can do, and Medicare assigns a cost to it. If the doctor's office does not accept Medicare assignment, they can charge you up to 15% above Medicare assignment. So there is a potential risk there. However, Aetna in 2016 did a little diving into how many doctors take Medicare assignment, and if they don't, what's the average cost above, that people are paying for their services every time. So in 2016, these different findings through Aetna found that 97% of doctors around the United States accept Medicare assignment. So honestly, that limits your risk in that category quite a bit. And also, when you're looking at, so if you go to a doctor who doesn't accept Medicare assignment, what's the average cost that you're going to pay above the cost, that the plan will pick up? And that average cost is another $20. So potentially you have the copayment for the doctor visit, and potentially you have an extra $10 to $20 charge for picking up those excess charges. But as I said, 97% of the doctors out there take Medicare assignment, so that's something to look into. There are also a couple states out there. I represent Pennsylvania, Nebraska, and Iowa currently. All of these states that I represent accept Plan N just as they are, and allow doctors out there to be able to charge those excess charges. There are some states out there that don't allow doctors to charge excess charges. So that's something to look into if you are in one of those states. I will include a list of those states in the description below. And that sums up the difference between Plan G and Plan N. If you learned a little bit, if this video has helped you make that decision on what Medicare supplement plan to choose, please click that like button, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Also, if you want to be notified for the next video I put out, click that notification bell. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Take care.